Welcome back to the battlefield. Today, the conquest of the Caledonians will continue, hopefully. You know what, I'm not even going to try and make predictions about what's going to happen this episode. We're just going to play it out. Alright, so right off the bat, we have just defeated the Arverni in their foolish attempt to destroy our foothold and limit us from bringing troops and supplies across from our homeland. We have repulsed their attack, and now I think it would probably be best if we let this army just sit back, recover, let the garrison recover. The plan is we have a very good defensive army, well, a relatively good defensive army, so let's play defense with them. Now, down here, we have slightly more aggressive units, particularly in this army. So we're going to try and launch an attack. What I think we're going to do is attack Lemonum. We might liberate it, we might just sack it. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. It might be a really good idea to just liberate Lemonum. Either way, we need our armies to move in the right direction. The garrison at Namnetum is still quite weak, so I'm a little bit hesitant to move this army away because I'm not exactly sure where any enemy fleets might be. And the Viviski, these guys, they are a client state of the Arverni, and so it is very likely that they will declare war on us soon.
Well met, friend.
However, there's a chance we could actually get trade with them. I'm kind of tempted to offer a little bit of money. Alright, well, we've got trade there, that's a good sign. There is a tiny little chance that they will not attack us. There's a really good chance that that was just a waste of money. Either way, that means I'm not going to worry as much about defending Namnetum, and I can move my armies forward. We are losing a little bit of money, but I think it'll be alright. Let's just go ahead and invest some of our free cash. Now, investing it down here is probably not the best idea. It would be wiser to invest up in the north, where things are a little bit safer. Alright, we'll keep the remainder of our finances away from construction for now. Nothing really needs to happen here. It looks like, for the most part, all of our politicians are leveled up as I want them. Now, I don't even have the movement range to go chase down the remnants of this Arverni army, so I'll just leave them alone for now. Ooh. What could happen? Well, no, I think the garrison's probably strong enough it could take on a rebellion. If the rebellion happens over at Namnetum, then we'll just send an army back and crush it. The other thing that needs to happen is we need to bring the spy down here to check out where the Arverni armies are. Unfortunately, deploying him didn't give me any other vision on other settlements, so that's a bit of a disappointment, but for now let's just go to giving this guy a skill upgrade. I'm not as concerned about Empire maintenance right off the bat. Let's go for agricultural income. Oh, I should have gone for the other skill point because it gives you extra growth. But that's okay, next turn. Well, the Arverni have moved forward and laid an ambush for us. I'm worried that it's going to be the same sort of situation where, for whatever reason, we can't discover them. And so that'll just kind of prevent me from moving through that region entirely. It's good to see that the rebellion has happened up in the north, because that means we can quickly get rid of it. Or at least it means we're not in danger of losing a settlement because of it. Now, I could make an argument for letting the rebellion continue to grow in size because it massively helps our public order. But if I do that, it's just an extra several units that could help our enemies if they decide to attack us. So right off the bat, let's check the general. He needs to start gaining some military skills. So we will go for the logistics and the movement right off the bat. Chase down the rebellion. Ransom the captives for a little bit of extra cash, and then drop back to the city for some replenishment. Alright, now the other thing we need to do is start picking up extra units. So unfortunately there's not really anything in this garrison, or in this city, that I want to recruit, because we don't have the manpower to recruit any of our good units yet. So in an effort to save a bit of population, you know what, let's go ahead and pick up some of these mountain dogs. They can actually be a really, really powerful unit. I don't know if I want 2 of them. You know what, why not? It'll be a little bit weird, but we can send them out to disrupt enemy skirmisher formations, and that can be super, super valuable on defense. Send our spy forward to try and discover this enemy army. I don't even know if this works, but it looks like we didn't find them. What we're gonna do here... Let's see, they have a 60% chance to ambush. This army has a 60% chance to ambush. We're going to wander over here into the forest, set an ambush, and then move our army so that they're still within range to defend each other if they need to. I would like to go out and attack this army from the Iceni, but obviously we're just not ready for that yet. However, the longer I wait, the more likely it is that they'll attack me, and they're starting to get some heavier units, which means their attacks are a lot more dangerous. So we need to get down here and probably liberate Limonum sooner rather than later, just to further limit the fronts we have to fight on. Why don't we also check and see if anyone wants peace? I doubt anyone will. But you never know.
Are you brave or foolish?
Interesting.
Or just mad? Well, speak.
So the Carnutes faction actually will accept peace, and apparently they will accept it at quite a price. Okay, maybe not that much of a price. Yeah, this will buy us some turns to not worry about them. This will also give us some much needed income. Because another thing we need to do at some point is start investing down here so that we can grow our population faster. Now, as far as supplies, we also need to start worrying about supplies a little bit because both of our cities are starting to run short. I'm really annoyed. I'm really annoyed that I can't discover this ambush. It's possible that we could try and sneak around behind them. That's actually a really interesting idea. One that could get our armies killed. So let's lay the ambush for this turn. We'll use the spy to kind of scout out and see a little bit further like what armies they have in this area that could possibly attack us if we were to do a little beach landing here. We might not even need to go across the beach. It's possible that we can just move through there. We wouldn't need to go through the port. But anyway, we'll find out in a moment. For now, let's end the turn. Our peace treaty with the Carnutes barbarians will be short-lived. I don't think they will declare war on us anytime soon. I don't think they'll go back on that peace treaty. But I know I plan on attacking them soon. Alright, the Iceni are marching out in force. It looks like they have laid an ambush. Okay, these guys are posturing on their border. Unfortunately, if we didn't have peace with them, that would be a great opportunity to wipe their army. Alright, so their spy found our army, but our spy also found their army. So let's wander down here and take a look around.
The mother protects travelers.
Alright, well, the beach landing will not be necessary. Oh, you know what? They might have done a really intelligent thing here, because I don't think we can actually get both of our armies to reinforce. Okay, never mind. I thought that because of this bridge, we wouldn't be able to get our army across in time to reinforce, but it looks like that will not be the case, and we have chased them back towards the settlement. The settlement garrison is relatively weak, so I think this is our chance. Let's go encircle the settlement and then hunt down this army. Let's go ahead and fight this one manually. Obviously we would win decisively in an auto-resolve, but this is a proper Arverni army, and I think it'll be more fun to fight this manually than it will be to fight the garrison manually. Alright, now they have taken some high ground on the hill. Our reinforcements will be coming in directly behind them. They have 2 units of light cavalry, 1 on either flank. It's actually too bad that our reinforcements are coming in directly behind them, because it means we will have to rush forward. And I prefer to take my time a little bit when I'm advancing. Alright, so we'll start off with the slingers in front. I'm not going to worry too much about having forces in reserve. We'll just use the ambushers for that. Keep the cavalry on either wing, and then get in there.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I just completely misread the map? I could swear it said my reinforcements were coming in over here. Alright, well that's even better for us. If they're going to just stay defensive on the hill, I have lots and lots of missile troops, and we will be able to uproot them, hopefully fairly easily. We could also try a little bit of a flank with our ambushers, and just because it's an option, I think I may as well give it a go. Bring the archers online. Let's see, the spearmen. The spearmen are basically just there to be an extra bunch of javelins at this point, or in this battle. Alright, let's fast forward this, let the army group up. Oh, and we also have another 3 axemen. Let's just get them lined up over here. I'm keeping the formation really dense right now. We'll probably spread out as we get a little bit closer. Oh, and they do have their shield wall spearmen, or they're actually just an outright phalanx, I guess. It's not a hoplite phalanx, but that will be a little bit tricky to deal with. You know what, that might actually be a really good way to use the ambushers, is to get up behind them. And I think going around the left side of the map wouldn't work, so let's send the ambushers over here. Now, we're definitely not going to take the time to wait for the ambushers to get in position. So let's just go ahead and start moving up a little bit. Keep the missile unit formation tight because we want them to focus their fire effectively. It's probably not my best idea ever to have all of the cavalry out on one side, but whatever. I guess I do have both of my generals over on my left flank, so that should be more than enough. Now, it'll be absolute chaos for these troops, because when you move units through each other, they forget how to pathfind. So the more organized you can be in your troop movement, the better. However, right now, I'm not super worried about that. I think we can just move the slingers up and start to get our initial volleys off. Let's obviously keep the spears close behind, keep the cavalry nearby. I would like to get all of my missile units in range so that we could just burst down their guys. But I think it's just not realistic to do that. Alright, the ambushers are moving in a really inefficient manner, so let's just get them to there and then leave them be for now. Go ahead and put the slingers on skirmish mode so they fall back on their own. Now let's go deal with the cavalry. They have decided to pull back. If they're going to move across the front line, that's fine with me, because they will eat a ton of javelins.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, skirmish mode is not working as I had hoped it would. It seems like for the AI, skirmish mode is always super effective, but if I try and use it, it's just a complete waste.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. Our general is under attack.
They did finally decide to countercharge. Unfortunately, we won't get a charge off at all, really. But we do have the quality on them. Time to send in the
One of our units has
boys.
used all its ammunition. We'll kill them all. Ready, axe warriors. Warriors eager for warriors. Missile arm.
Alright, now let's take the missile units off of skirmish mode, have them fall back. Time to start moving our flanking units
One of our
around.
units has used all its ammunition.
Our general absolutely demolished that secondary unit. The ambushers are finally starting to form up correctly. For now, we'll just keep the cavalry nearby. I'm not super concerned about actually killing all of their missile units. I'd rather have my missile units focus on their phalanx infantry for now. We can go ahead and get a couple of rear charges in here, though. And we should obviously kill whatever missile units we can with the cavalry. Ambushers have made it out and around the flank, but they obviously still have a lot of distance to cover. We'll let the skirmish cav keep harassing their general. Alright, we have dealt with one of the phalanx units. They have a couple of them here in the center. Instead of sending infantry in, this has exposed their flank, so I'm just going to use my missile troops on them. We do need to send in these axemen, make sure they have attack orders. We still need to try and be efficient with our units. These skirmishers are holding up really, really well over here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, well, it's super messy. But it is what it is. We're not taking terribly bad casualties. This unit is getting beat up pretty bad, but we have to keep them in position for the time being just to hold back these couple of phalanx units. All of our missiles can change targets now. This phalanx is pretty much done for. Start sending the cavalry in on the flanks. Have the ambushers use their javelins.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. Axe warriors! Axe warriors! Axe warriors! Noble horse!
Try and let our cavalry chase down as much as they can. Missiles have dealt with another one of these phalanx units. We'll go ahead and let this axe unit pull back now, because they've taken quite a bit of damage.
Move it! Or command no! They will bleed for us!
Alright, let's send the other ambushers over to use their javelins on the enemy general.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
We're still doing lots of damage to these phalanx units in the middle.
Scouts Raiders! Axe warriors! Melee fighters ready! Axe warriors! Noble horse!
Alright, that's close enough.
Axe warriors!
Let's actually use the slingers on this phalanx, just because they have a better angle.
Noble horse! Ambushers!
Let some of these axemen do a nice rear charge on what remains of the middle of their line. Our ambushers are struggling to use their javelins for some reason. There they go. Probably isn't a good idea to send in the general just yet. There we go. Slingers cease fire. We'll have the generals chase down what remains. May as well wipe out as much as we can while we're here. Alright, well, simple, straightforward. A couple of our units that got sandwiched in the center by a bunch of their shield walls. A couple of these units took some damage. One of our spear units ate a lot of missile fire, so they took some casualties, but otherwise quite successful. We did end up doing a lot of friendly fire, but I think it was worth it to get rid of some of those phalanx units in the center. It's taking an unusually long time to load, so I'll probably start editing out some of these load screens if it keeps up like this. Yeah, so in the end of things, their phalanx units really didn't do too much damage. But one thing they do is they didn't get a lot of kills, but they do a lot of damage over time, and they make your troops tired very, very fast. Attacking a phalanx is one of the best ways to tire out your troops. We'll go ahead and ransom the captives to try and improve our relationship with this faction. And then we will go ahead and liberate Limonum. Stay with a balanced stance, stab him through the face with the top of an axe head. Even with a balanced stance, our general took a ton of damage. That's pretty annoying because it just means he'll take a while to replenish. And then let's liberate these guys. Now, right off the bat, we should be able to trade with them.
We have need of talk, I'm
and
sure.
we could take some money off of them. We could probably get quite a bit of money off of them, actually, but I don't want to like drain their coffers completely because they will need money to recruit more troops if they are going to survive against the Arverni. Alright, so now we have secured our southern flank through diplomacy and conquest. We have bought ourselves some time in the center by getting a peace treaty. And now we can focus our efforts on eliminating the Iceni once and for all. With our main army, we want them to be as good at fighting as we can possibly get them. The skill for cavalry isn't terribly important to me. The movement range would be nice, though, so we'll go with that.
How can I help?
And now we can also send our spy back over this direction. Now, hopefully, we can defeat the Iceni inside of 10 turns, and then immediately turn and wipe out the Carnutes barbarians as well. But all of that will probably have to wait for the next episode, because we are reaching our time limit today. So, as always, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you think it's a good idea for us to liberate this city once we take these guys out. I still haven't decided whether that would be beneficial or detrimental. I'm not really sure. It's also possible that we could maybe subjugate them. I'm not. That might actually not be an option. But either way, let me know what you think we ought to do with these guys. And we will see you in the next one.